He conquered more land than any person in history. His empire stretched from the Pacific Ocean to the heart of Europe. He united warring tribes, forged an army of legend, and reshaped the world forever. But when Genghis Khan, the great Khan of Mongolia, died in 1227, he vanished from history. No one knows where his body lies. No temple, no tomb, no monument marks his grave. 8 centuries have passed, and still, the greatest conqueror of all time remains missing. This is the mystery of the tomb of Genghis Khan. In the summer of 1227, Genghis Khan was deep in a campaign against the Western Xia kingdom in China. He was already in his 60s, with a lifetime of battle behind him. The official Mongol chronicles say little about his death. Some claim he fell from his horse. Others whisper he was killed in battle. A darker tale says he was murdered by a captured princess who hid a dagger in her sleeve. But what we know for sure is this. On August 18, 1227, the great Khan was dead. And that's where the mystery begins. According to legend, his soldiers buried him in total secrecy, a ritual reserved for the greatest rulers of Mongolia. His body was said to be taken back toward his homeland, escorted by thousands of loyal men. Along the way, they killed anyone who saw the procession to keep the location a secret. When they reached the chosen place, the story goes, the soldiers buried him, killed the gravediggers, and finally the escorts themselves were slain so that no living soul would know the site. And when it was done, they rode thousands of horses across the land to erase every trace. Some believe Genghis Khan rests near Burkhan Khaldun, a sacred mountain in northern Mongolia. It was here, legend says, that a young Temujin, before he became Genghis Khan, hid from his enemies and prayed to the spirits of the mountain. He vowed that if he ever became powerful, he would honor Burkhan Khaldun forever. For centuries after his death, the mountain was declared off-limits to outsiders. Even Mongols would avoid it, believing it to be protected by divine forces. No one dared to dig there, not kings, not scholars, not even conquerors. For 800 years, explorers, emperors, and archaeologists have searched for the lost tomb. In the 13th century, Chinese chroniclers wrote that Genghis Khan's tomb was placed in a region called Ich-Khorig, the Great Taboo. But even those records vanish into silence. In the 20th century, Soviet expeditions tried to locate it, but the region's remoteness and Mongolia's strict traditions kept them away. In 1990, when Mongolia reopened to the world, modern explorers returned with drones, satellites, and ground radar. Yet, despite technology and centuries of curiosity, nothing has been found. One of the most promising clues emerged in 2001 when a joint Mongolian-Japanese team began scanning the Khenti Mountains near Genghis Khan's birthplace. Using satellite imagery, they identified a mysterious rectangular formation hidden under centuries of grass and soil. It was surrounded by hundreds of smaller burial mounds, as if guarding something greater beneath. Could this be it? The final resting place of the great Khan? Excavation began, but within weeks the project was abruptly shut down by the Mongolian government. Officials declared the area sacred and banned all digging. To this day, it remains untouched. Mongolian legend warns that those who disturb Genghis Khan's grave will bring disaster upon themselves. Stories tell of a spirit army that guards the tomb. Anyone who approaches will be lost to the wind. In modern times, these tales have turned into eerie coincidences. Researchers who fall ill, equipment that malfunctions, expeditions that vanish mysteriously. Some say the curse is real, others say it's history protecting itself. In Inner Mongolia, China, there exists a grand mausoleum of Genghis Khan, but it holds no body. It's a memorial built centuries later to honor his legacy, not to house his remains. Inside are relics, swords, banners, and a golden statue of the Khan himself. But beneath the marble floors, there is only earth and silence. The real tomb, wherever it lies, remains undiscovered. Ancient records describe how Genghis Khan wanted to be buried without a mark so that no man may disturb his rest. He rejected the grand monuments of kings, preferring instead to vanish into the earth, but some evidence suggests that his descendants built a secret underground chamber lined with bronze or gold and sealed by rivers diverted to flow over it. If true, then his tomb lies beneath layers of stone, water, and centuries of silence. Why does this mystery endure? Because it's not just about one man, it's about the idea of power, humility, and immortality. Genghis Khan built an empire of fear and brilliance, yet in death he chose to disappear completely. No treasure, no temple, just the endless Mongolian steppe and the wind whispering his name. Some archaeologists believe that one day advanced imaging will locate the tomb deep underground and hidden by time. Others say it should never be found, because perhaps Genghis Khan wanted his legacy to live not in stone, but in the spirit of his people, in the stories that outlast empires. And maybe that's why no one has ever found it, because the great Khan never wanted to be found. 800 years ago, a man rose from the steppe and changed the world. His armies burned cities, and his name inspired both terror and awe, yet in the end, he chose silence. His tomb remains hidden, a secret between the earth and the sky, and as long as no one disturbs it, the legend of Genghis Khan will never die.